Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another one of my advice videos. I really love doing these because I feel like, I don't know, I just love the feeling of when you guys email me and tell me how much it changed your life and that like physical changes and things manifested differently in your life and how it literally impacted your life in a direct way. That just makes me so happy. So I feel like, I don't know, it's really worth it for me to do these. Again, if you want to be featured, you can feel free to email jellypaulina@gmail.com. They're always anonymous. And it says, need life advice ASAP. Hi Paulina, I've been watching your videos for over a year now and I love watching your advice videos. I feel like you are my therapist / big sister / life coach, lol. Here's my issue. I feel so stuck in my career aspect of my life. I want to feel better about myself, so I went to a 14-month massage therapy trade program. At the time I thought I'd like it. I'd love helping people and it would allow me to support myself. Fast forward to the present, I'm graduated and I have my massage therapy license. Only problem, I don't like it. I dread getting a job professionally and I back out of any opportunity to do a massage. I'm trying to pursue college in the fall for what I really love, which is environmental science. In the meantime, I feel like I'm trapped. I'm trying to pay my parents back for the school. They've been super supportive for me going to massage school, anything I really want to do. I feel like I'm letting everyone down in my life and everyone who pushed me to this point. Ugh, what do I do? Thank you if you're just able to read this. Okay, well, I think, okay, so lots of ideas. It's hard for me to like construct things in a linear format sometimes because I have like so many separate like almost like bubbles of information, and then like I kind of want to put them all out there, then you can like connect the information and like draw your own conclusion. Sometimes it's hard for me to, like I said, be linear and like dun, 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 and this and this and this because this and this is why you should do this. Like, I'd rather give you my thoughts on a lot of areas of what you mentioned, and then from there you can draw your own conclusion and I'll kind of also draw a conclusion. So one, I don't think that there's ever like one thing like or a career, I mean, not that true, but one area of life that someone just is like supposed to be focusing their whole life. I feel like throughout your entire life you learn and you grow so much, so I just think it's very bizarre that like so many people, no, that's why so many people who like, let's say worked so hard in college, I know people who've gone to like top schools and then gotten out of college, you know, worked, thought they're gonna be so happy, and then like 7 years later they're working in corporate being like what was all this for? Like, I'm not happy. Like, I don't know if you've even seen the film Minimalism on Netflix, but there's a guy in there who thought it was really interesting, and I'll draw another conclusion. But there's a guy in there who like his whole dream was to work like in Wall Street ever since he was little, so like he went to like I believe Yale, and then he like worked his way up all the way to the top to the highest possible salary. And he talks about how he was like so miserable and just crying because he didn't feel fulfilled. I feel like people build up this image of like, oh, when I have this job or this position, and they don't think about the feeling. They just think that all this stuff, all this like reputation or like will feed their ego and make them happy, but that's not where true happiness stems from. And like people feel bad like leaving because they're like, oh, I worked so hard, I paid for my degree for this, etc., etc. But it's like, do you really think as humans like we're meant to just do one thing for our whole entire life? I just think that's bizarre. I think you meet new people, you try new things, you find these new passions, and there's no way that you can tie yourself, you know, down. Like, for example, like one of my mom's friends even, so went to a really top, one of the best business schools in the entire world, and then to be a consultant, and after that she really didn't like it, you know, and she didn't feel fulfilled and happy. And so this is my mom's friend, but she ended up becoming a yoga instructor, and it's like people were telling her like, dude, like you were making so much money as a consultant. She was very extremely successful in terms of financial gains, and on the outside like seemed so great, went to one of the top schools in the world, was like doing so well, but she wasn't fulfilled and wasn't happy. And like, but that's what she thought would make her happy for that time. You know, she worked in that position, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 years, and maybe for the first 2 years, yeah, it was fun. That's what she felt called to do at the time. I mean, she clearly felt passionate enough to apply to the school, to do all the essays, etc., you know, to do all of that, and then her passion changed. She discovered something else and moved past, and like, I think that's normal. Like, I think, yes, you can do something, love it, and then when you start to feel stagnant, it's maybe you feel called to something else for a reason. So yes, at that time you felt like massage therapy was a thing for you. You thought that this was what you wanted to do, and you went through the program and you learned so much, and I'm sure throughout those 14 months you grew so much as a person, and then you realized this wasn't what you wanted to do. And it's so great that you did that, because what if you never did do that? What if you never went to this massage therapy program and always thought, oh, what if I did that? What if I loved that? What if I was a massage therapist, etc.? Like, you had that inspiration and you followed your inspiration, and there are no mistakes in life, and I think that everything happens in divine timing, that you were meant to be there at that time for those 14 months. And now that you feel like that's not what you want to do, and you want to go to school for environmental science, I don't know if you're saying that you feel trapped Is there a time before it starts? Like, is that why? Because you have like off time? Well, I would definitely, in the meantime, maybe see something else you can do that you still enjoy, that you don't need a different degree for. Maybe you work, I don't know, if maybe for a family friend or something like that, and until like school starts, or I don't know if your field trip, because you didn't really mention if it's because you're trying to like save up money to go to college, or if you just like are waiting for the fall semester and you can just like casually just enroll in college in like May. Either way, I would try to do something right now that brings joy to you. I think that the most important thing in life we should do is, you know, lean towards joy. And so a lot of people talk about this concept, but I feel like in every moment when you lean towards joy and just think, what can I do this moment to bring me the most joy, that's when you live a happy life. And not in like in the sense of like pleasure, like, oh, let me go eat chips, get drunk, like not in the means of like temporary satisfaction, temporary pleasure, like real joy, you know, like what right now is the thing you could do that will bring you the most joy, even if it's not like your dream right now, like to be, you know, in school, environment, to be, oh my gosh, to get an environmental science degree. What can you do right now that will bring you the most joy, you know, the most fulfillment? Like, meditate on it. Ask the universe for a sign. You can literally sit down and be like, I want a sign of what I should do next, and watch out, you know. I would honestly meditate upon this question every day and just ask for signs, and you will be guided. You're always divinely guided, even when it's you're going through the hardest things in your life. There's no fucking way. You have to remember the times when the most amazing synchronicities have happened that remind you that you are being guided on a certain path, and you're there at that time for a certain reason, you know. And it's so great that you went through this program. I mean, if you didn't go through this program, like I said, you would have never known if that would have brought you passion, you know. And you would always been thought, what if you were stuck thinking, oh, what if I did go to massage school? I loved helping people. That could have been so great. You went through the program, you learned what you learned, and you realized it wasn't for you, you know. And now it's just time to move on, you know, do something else that brings you joy, fulfillment, until you can go to the next thing, which is, you said, that your degree, which you feel called to do so. So I don't think there's any wasted time. Don't feel trapped. Be grateful that you had the opportunity to go and that your parents are supportive to this point. And just, if they ask you, just say, like, you know, passions change. I felt so called to do this in that moment, and I was 100% genuine about it, and now my interests have changed and it's not what I feel called to do. And so I'm going to be grateful for that experience, but move towards what I feel is calling me in this present moment, you know. So if this helped you, I'd love for you to email me back and, you know, follow up and let me know how you're doing. Again, I love you guys so much. Feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to be back for more videos, I also do have a vlogging channel. I always try to throw that out there to mention. It's called Daily Paulina if you're curious. And without further ado, I hope you guys have an awesome day or night depending on when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you so soon.
The stars are all around, the stars are all around. I'm changing.